Hello and welcome along to AVFTS Wrexham. I hope you're well. Whenever you're watching this video, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you. Before we get into the main stories of today, just a few bit of house admin stuff to get on with. Make sure you're smashing a like on this video today. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel as well. As you can see, we are now on the road to 1,300 subscribers, so help me out with that one. And of course, get in the comment section, whether it's live right now with me or on replay. If you're watching this on replay and not live, please do let me know your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions. This is our first ever live show in terms of Wrexham AFC news, something we're trying, something a little bit different. And I'm here today to bring the latest news coming out of Wrexham. And if you guys like this sort of thing, then we can make this a little bit more daily, a little bit more popular, and a little bit more regular. But let's get into it. Massive day for the football club on the back end of some sad news coming out of the club as well yesterday, in terms of saying goodbye and rest in peace to a legend of the football club, something we will touch on shortly. But today was a celebration day in the fact that Wrexham have signed a new player on a free, Josh Windass. This is massive. We did a video actually the other day on the channel basically saying this one, the medical was booked in. Today it was official, so I'm really happy that the video that I uploaded about his medical wasn't clickbait, wasn't sort of rumours. It was all true, reliable information, and now he is official today. Josh Windass has signed, and it seems that Wrexham have one more to come in at the end of this week. Brace yourself, buckle yourself, because I think Wrexham could be announcing another signing. But let me know how you're doing. Make sure you're smashing the like. Big up to everyone. Les and Jamie is in the house. He said I was hoping for a Wrexham video today, and he is saying the team is getting stronger every day. Big up to our chappers. Big up to Julia in the house as well. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you're well. And look, let's get straight into the lovely picture of Josh Windass. This is massive. This is a great sign, and we're going to look at Josh Windass's stats as well. We're going to be looking at how he's going to contribute to this Wrexham side and what else this means to everyone else in the Wrexham squad today. But here it is. Josh Windass will be helping to fuel our next season in the Championship. And here he is. Of course, they've got to get the cold brew coffee in as the advertisement, and there is the famous picture there of him signing. And if we go into this story right now, as you can see, this is unveiling the signing of Josh Windass, who, again, this one has been linked for a few days. Really quickly, actually, the way that Wrexham have moved really fast on this transfer, actually out of nowhere. Windass was only shortly released from Sheffield Wednesday after having a really bad dispute, fallout, ownership problems at Sheffield Wednesday. The manager's gone. They've lost a few key players. Everyone's moving on at Sheffield Wednesday. And Windass is 100% a player that's come out of the blue, and Wrexham have wasted no time on at all. So brilliant piece of addition there. And yeah, Sheffield Wednesday are in the mud, and they're definitely a team that I'd be tipping to go down this season in the EFL Championship. But let's go to it then. So Windass here, as it said, it said Wrexham delighted to announce the sign of Josh Windass on a free transfer following his departure from Sheffield Wednesday. The attacking midfielder joins the club on a 3-year deal on until the end of 27-28. 3-year deal is massive, by the way. A really good deal there. 3 years, lock that one in. Absolutely happy days with that. A big contract there. Windass 31 made 150 appearances for the Owls, scoring 53 goals and winning promotion to the Championship in the 22-23 season. Also, to add to that, he actually scored the winning goal in that playoff final as well. So, yeah, no messing here. Sheffield Wednesday have lost a really good acquisition in Josh Windass, and it's been Wrexham's game as there. Well, you're on the grind, W, absolute W here. Les and James says, so ready for the season to start. And Julia says, got a friend who is a Wednesday fan. Let me know how they're feeling about their club, Julia. And then the House of Bellafour said, I'm calling it now back to back to back. Love it. Absolutely love it. But listen, a creative midfielder, which is something Wrexham definitely need to add in terms of additions of goals and helping and supporting the front two, whoever that may be this season. He's also played for Accrington Stanley, Rangers, by the way. Massive that he's played for Rangers, means he's got European experience, and Wigan Athletic. Again, as always, everyone, when they sign for Wrexham, they absolutely talk about the project. But this is the one thing what I like about Windass. He said, I describe myself as honest and hardworking. I like to contribute goals and assists from midfield, and that's what I'm looking to bring to Wrexham. First and foremost, I want to get into the team and earn the respect of my teammates. I want to be professional, be someone to look up to, and then get the team as high up the league as possible. I really like that comment. I really like that chat. Why do I really like that? Because what Windass is saying is that, look, just because I'm a new signing, just because I've got a good profile, doesn't mean that I'm guaranteed or regular in this Wrexham side. I've got to earn my place. Absolutely, 100% like that. But I like that he's saying already, I'm going to bring you goals. I'm going to bring you assists from midfield. I'm not here to mess around. I'm here to lock in and do the business. So, yeah, really big piece of business here on a free transfer. And that's what Parky's plan has been this summer. Get players in who are costing £0, 0 pence, and paying just a little bit on the wages. So there we go. Here's 31. Big up to William Bow as well in the house. Getting the ticket is going to be hard this season. Home and away, it's going to be an absolute graft. But hopefully the Chappers clan can get involved in that with Glyn as well. And he's going to fit the bill. And in fact, people are asking the questions. Is this a replacement for Elliot Lee? Is this direct competition for Elliot Lee? Is he going to play alongside Elliot Lee? Really good options now for Parky to think about. Because again, I want to stress that playmaker creativity is absolutely needed. Mark Bollard in the house, he says, watching from Chicago. Love that. And we've got people watching from Maryland as well. Glenn went to the racecourse there to pay his respects. Rip Joey. I was going to touch on that as well because, again, we definitely should pay tribute to our legends and past folk of all great sporting clubs, teams, environments, and Joey is absolutely one of them. And you know, some of the quotes from Jordan Davis and Max Cleworth about his impact on them as players is absolutely telling of what young Wrexham lads have had to idolise and look up to, and someone who's created pathways. So unbelievable. But yeah, Windass then, very exciting, very sort of a high-profile signing again. I think this one's the best one so far. And as always, sport in the kit. But I think he's a good, honest, hard-working lad. He's a grafter. He is an absolute grafter, and I like that. I like that a lot. And that's what I'm all about. Someone who's going to play for the shirt. I think he's going to be a fan favourite. He gives me James McLean vibes. He gives me that type of player. If you want a sort of same personality, it's James McLean type personality. So there we go. There we go. So big up to everyone in the chat. Thank you for locking in. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you do like these type of live shows, then let me know. We are trying to basically work out if people like the live shows. And if you do, we can make this a more daily or a couple of times a week. But it's you guys, you have the say in this. So there we go. Sadly, Luton Town got relegated to League One. I want to see Wrexham play at Kenilworth Road. That would be a great stadium to play at. But there we go. And always trust in Parky. But have a look at this then. Windass's stats as a professional. What do you think of this guy's returns? Let's start on, of course, his career for Sheffield Wednesday. He's actually played 4 big seasons in the Championship. So when we talk about signing a player who's accustomed to the league, you know, sometimes if you sign someone who's got Premier League experience, they may not necessarily understand what it takes to play in the Championship. Josh Windass loves it. Have a look at this. Last season, in a really diabolical Sheffield Wednesday team, by the way, a really poor Sheffield Wednesday team, he managed to get 13 goals and 5 assists, 18 GA. Now, I want to say this again. Being at Sheffield Wednesday was not easy last season. The owner absolutely tried to rip the club apart. The manager to tried his best on limited resources, and a player like Windass to have those returns is fairly strong. For me, he's one of those players who has shined in a really poor side. Sheffield Wednesday have been up and down, up and down, up and down the different leagues. So in the Championship, he has scored a whopping total of 13 goals last season. Again, no Wrexham player. Let me add this as well. No Wrexham player last season scored more than 10 goals. So Windass's stats himself in terms of goals, he outscored any Wrexham player. And he's an attacking midfielder. 8 yellow cards, I like him already, says Les. Absolutely, get stuck in. He's a bit of a passion merchant, and we love that. So there we go. And yes, Sean, we are going to talk about O'Brien in a minute. So hang on fire that one, because I do have my say on that one. Both, by the way, as well, what I do like to say is I've done 2 videos of recent times, one on Windass and one of Lewis O'Brien, who have actually predicted these signings, sort of called them out to happen, and claimed when the medicals happened as well. So the problem, and I'm pretty not to, I'm sort of giving myself a little pat on the back, is, as I said, yesterday or 2 days ago, I did a Windass was having his medical video, and he's obviously passed that one, and that's come in. So, when you get the right call, it does feel good. It does feel good when one of your videos isn't clickbait, it's actually real, and it's come to fruition. So there we go. I've only been a football fan for 4 years, but in that short period of time, it's already my second favourite sport. What's your first? House, what's your first? How did you get into it as well? So let's go into his stats elsewhere, because this is where I find Windass a very interesting player. At Wigan in the Championship again. So when we talk about someone, he's not just played League One, he's played in amongst the Championship. You can see 5 goals and 4 goals. Again, Wigan struggled in those times, but it's this Rangers stat here that I want to show you. Rangers in his best season in the Premiership, he scored 13 goals in the SPL and 6 assists. That's a really good return, again, in the top flight of Scottish football, and he's played in the Europa League. He's no mug. He's no mug. And again, I want to really strive and sort of imprint this. I think you're going to get a player who's going to play for the badge. He's going to run his nuts off the badge. He's going to absolutely give Wrexham fans passion. And if you love James McLean, you're going to love this guy. These two are going to be brilliant. These are going to be the sort of cut and throat players that you need in a side like Wrexham AFC. So there we go. But love it. Absolutely loving all the comments and interactions. Let me know, Windass, what are we predicting then? How good of a return are we going to get from Windass? Is he going to score goals? Is he going to be prolific? Is he going to be the man of the hour? We'll have to wait and see. And finally, just to flex the kit, because I do love this new kit. I think they've absolutely nailed the kit, people, by the way. I think they've nailed the kit. Ready for our Championship return. I think Windass, nice cheeky smile, looks ready, looks set, loving the kits. Let me know if you've copped one of the new shirts as well. Let me know if you have copped one of these new shirts, because they are beautiful. I really like them. Really do. Les James said, McLean and Windass on the pitch at the same time would not want to be on the other team, log. Yeah, and the referee's going to have a hard job keeping them down as well. So Windass is going to fire Wrexham forward. This is a brilliant acquisition, and I'm absolutely buzzing about this one. Now, more breaking news is coming through right now about Wrexham. And this is turning out to be an A-lister window. We've had 5 players through already. We've had Danny Ward, backup goalkeeper. We've got Libby Kakache, who's going to be a left wing back or left centre back. Hardy, a striking option. We've also then got Thomason from Bolton, the ex-Bolton Wanderers captain, coming into centre mid. And now Windass as another centre mid. But you'd think, okay, we're pretty stacked in centre mid now. If you think of all the options, Elliot Lee, Dobson, Evans, Rathbone. You can talk about the fact that McLean's gone in there. Tom O'Connor has liked to play in there. We've now added, of course, Windass and Thomas. But now, rumours, and this is a baller if true. There are massive rumours going around right now that this is going to happen. People, have a look at this. Reported by Pete O'Rourke, Nottingham Forest midfielder Lewis O'Brien has agreed a 3-year deal to join Wrexham, with the move set to be confirmed later this week. He has nailed a few of the pre-season transfers so far. When I talk about credibility of a source, Pete O'Rourke, for me, has been absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot on. Look, Canadian Red Dragons, we are massive. Good luck, Lewis. Now, everyone knows this is mental. How's Wrexham the biggest football club in Wales? Swansea wanted this man and goes to Wrexham, and that is part of the story. This is massive. This is an absolutely Lewis O'Brien to Wrexham is one of the biggest coups yet. This is another central midfielder, and this is a player that is coming from Nottingham Forest. Honestly, Wrexham landing a player like this. You thought Windass was a good level? You thought Windass was a good level? Yeah, Lewis O'Brien absolutely smashes him out the park. So, as I said, he is a professional footballer. He's 26-year-old Lewis O'Brien. We're going to come to his journey and story in a minute. But this is a massive coup. Lewis O'Brien, absolutely. By Friday, I'm expecting to see that one announced. We are loading up. Parky is not effing around. It's massive. 6 signings already. Well, we're on 5. Lewis O'Brien will make it 6, but it does mean there's going to have to be some outgoings as well. Let's not beat around the bush here. There's going to be some outgoings as well. Getting Glenn the red shirt when I get my student loan through. Yes, Julia. Absolutely. He'll be chuffed with that one. And big up to you, Julia. What have we got here? I really love an underdog story. So I have a second football team off on now. BRIEN FC. I like it. There we go. Les ordered the new red shirt, getting the yellow one next, the yellow slit. Yeah, they've done well on both home and away. So Lewis O'Brien, here we go, is basically going to land this week. And again, if you want to see more, this is from Peter, who's a transfer correspondent for Insider. And again, he has pretty much nailed. He got Keith Andrews being the Brentford manager. He nailed that one. He's been pretty good at landing stories. And again, he's confident on the Lewis O'Brien one there. So that's massive. Now, if you want to know a little bit more about Lewis O'Brien and his background, let me share that with you now. And thank you to everyone who is tuning in. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you share this around. I'm really happy to say as well that I'm monetized officially on this channel. So this is brilliant. This is a brilliant season to come. But yeah, played at Swansea, 16 matches for Swansea last season, 1 goal. He's also played for LAFC in the MLS. So he played the first half of the year for LAFC. So it's quite weird, actually. He played the first half of the season in the MLS. First half of the season in MLS, and then the second half of the season for Swansea. So a lot of football in the bag. And you know what? It's a nice signing. It's a nice signing. Nice signing. And again, it's not official. It's not done deal, but I'm putting this at 90%. This is done now. The previous issue that I reported on a few weeks ago was that it was wages were an issue. Wrexham was struggling to agree and land on wages that Lewis O'Brien could agree with. However, now the wage situation seems to be cleared up. Wrexham, I think, have agreed personal terms with him. It's absolutely locked in and loaded. So Lewis O'Brien played for the MLS for the first half and then Swansea in the second half. And this is what's funny, is that Swansea wanted to re-sign him and they couldn't land him. He's chosen Wrexham instead. He's not actually, this is a weird thing, he's never actually played a game for Nottingham Forest, the Premier League outfit either. He's actually not officially played for the Premier League outfit, but there we go. And then previously, again, we're talking about championship experience. He played 23 games for Middlesbrough. He's played in the MLS for DC United. And then, again, he played in the Premier League 13 times for Forest in 22-23. So he played for Forest at the start of his career, but not recently. But the main thing you've got to take out of this is he's 26. He's had a lot of games in the Championship with Swansea, with Middlesbrough. And second of all, he's that, again, tenacious midfielder. Wrexham could be looking at a whole new midfield starting the season. We could be looking at a midfield of Joe Thomason from Bolton, who we've just signed. You could have Windass in there, and you could have Lewis O'Brien. 3 new midfielders could be set for Wrexham's new look midfield, which is pretty crazy. And again, you have to go on the sort of, you have to sort of look at it now and go, well, what do we do about the midfield? And I just want to have a look here about how we go about this, because this midfield is now looking stacked. I'm going to get you the midfield there, but Yeah, he's only 26, so young legs. I like that. Very tenacious player as well. My fitness and position prediction is going up daily, top 6 at least. It's getting up and up, isn't it, with these signings? I've got breath in me, so I'm going to have to get some shot. I'll watch the rest tomorrow. Appreciate it, Julia. Please send my regards to Glyn as well. I really appreciate this, and thank you for your support. Again, the Wrexham owners, Ryan and Rob, are not messing. But have a look at this then. What do we do about midfield? Because it's starting to become a very crowded area. A very crowded area with the new additions as set. So you can see here, you've got Tom O'Connor, who has done a job at left centre back as well. I don't think he's at jeopardy. McLean's going to be fine. He's captain. He's left winger. But then it comes in here. Andy Cannon. I think we're going to have to say goodbye to Andy Cannon. Andy Cannon is someone that we're going to have to part ways with. I'm absolutely sure on that. Cannon is going to be no longer. George Evans, again, a newer addition of signing. I think Evans is one of those rotational holding midfielders that we'll keep. You've got George Dobson. Personally, for me, I think we've got a lot more to come from George Dobson, and I'm hoping we do get the best out of him. Bolton has gone, so ignore him. Then you've got Rathbone, of course, who sustained that injury on the Down Under tour. Seb Revan hasn't lived up to the bill. I think Revan's been very disappointing. We've got Barnett, who playing the right wing. Matty James, for me, someone that I'm probably saying we're not going to see much of this season. Matty James. We're not going to see much of Matty James this season. Elliot Lee, 100%. I love Elliot Lee. Still got a big part to play. And then, of course, you've got Longman, who plays out wide. But centrally, you've got Elliot Lee, Matty James, Rathbone, Dobson, Evans, and Cannon, with O'Connor as well. What that says to me is goodbye, Andy Cannon. Maybe even goodbye, Matty James. I think it's about creating space because, as I said, we're bringing in Windass, we're bringing in George Thomas, and now we're bringing in, of course, Lewis O'Brien. Things and people need to move on. Cannon hasn't had a chance to prove himself since he got injured. Dobson's never impressed me. I think Cannon's days are numbered. I think, maybe chat, let me know if you agree. I think Cannon's days are numbered. So are Matty James's, in my opinion. I think those days are numbered for those guys. I really do. I really do. When they get promoted again, how crazy is that party going to be? Out this world, or they go back to back to back to back? It's just going to be nuts. But each day, I think Les and Jamie's right. Each day as we go on, Wrexham's chances of not just surviving, not just settling, but I think Wrexham could genuinely thrive this season. And that's massive. That is absolutely massive. So keep an eye on the Peter O'Rourke story in terms of where that's going, what we're doing. And I will, of course, keep that locked in for you guys as well. But look, it's a really great time to be a Wrexham fan. And you know what? This is a great point, and I think I agree with all of this. And Elliot Lee's future as well is definitely could be questioned. But this is the evolution of Wrexham. Gray Jones put Wrexham players, I think, will just be bit part players now in the sense of they won't start many league games, if any at all. And there'll be some that I agree and disagree on. Mendy, basically, no chance. Revan hasn't lived up to the bill, so I do think he's a problem. Evans is at jeopardy because we've just signed George Thomason, and now, of course, Lewis O'Brien does the same as Evans. Mo Fowl, pointless. Marriott and Palmer completely agree, and Elliot Lee and Tom Cannon as well. People's times are coming to an end. The old guard, your Mendy's, your Palmers, your Elliot Lees, your times are coming to an end, which is fair enough. Football is evolutionary. Football evolves. If you want to have the success, you have to find the players who can fit the bill. But it's great because you still got the likes of Tom O'Connor, Cleworth, O'Connell. You still got some of that old guard who were there in the National League. And that's something we cannot forget. Okay, that's something we cannot forget. But ultimately, we're going to have to say bye to a few people. And I don't think Wrexham are done in terms of strikers either. So because he's put Jack Marriott there, again, a position that's very stacked with Hardy, with Smith, with J-Rod, and then, of course, as we said, you've got Marriott and Palmer. I actually see one more coming in. I think Wrexham will be going for Kiefer Moore. And a little video that I was going to do on that, but I think Kiefer Moore may be the next Wrexham player in. And I might be doing a little video on that after this. So keep your eyes out. But I think that genuinely Wrexham could be looking to get another striker in. And Kiefer Moore might be a sort of Ollie Palmer replacement, but a little bit better. Well, not a little bit, definitely better. So there we go. So if you're not sure who Kiefer Moore is, I will be doing a little video on that to keep you updated. Here's Puff the dog. She's looking to get attention. But yeah, people, make sure you are smashing the like button. As I said, a really exciting era right now for Wrexham. They're not messing around. They're taking this seriously. I think the big thing they're trying to do is make sure that they secure that massive chance of staying in the Championship. You don't want to get relegated from the Championship. You don't want to get relegated from the Championship at all. So yeah. Look, this is a little tribute. Windass seems like a good sign on free. Corey, it's an unbelievable signing on a free. A great character, someone who knows the Championship inside out. Has even played Europa League football. Personality, desire, hunger, fight, everything, and quality from deep with goals and assists. It's a great signing. Yeah, if you want a better version of Palmer, Kiefer Moore is definitely that guy. But yeah, so that's some of the rumours going there. Of course, a little tribute that we haven't obviously we mentioned at the start, but obviously a Wrexham legend in Joey Jones passed away. A European champion and 72 times capped by Wales. Started his career at Wrexham, paved the way for so many Wrexham individuals. And I want to show you this little article, which mentions, as I said at the start, what Cleworth and Geordie Davis said. See if I can have, I need to find that article again. Give me a second. But yeah, player, a coach, an ambassador. He's been the first team manager. He's done one. He was known for nurturing young talent. And the young core had an eye for that. He stepped in at Wrexham at major and key times to help and support the club. He's been a youth team ambassador. He's done it all. Like, you could almost say he's covered every role available there was for Wrexham in that sense. But yeah, look, this is what Max Cleworth says. I've just got the article up now. Here it is. Have a look at this, chat. Let me know your thoughts on this. And big up to everyone who's watching. Do let me know where you're watching from, what you're doing, what you're up to, if you're enjoying these live shows. And if you're someone who's just listening in, then big up to you as well. You don't have to comment. But yeah, a host of current and former Wrexham players and staff led the tributes to club legend Joey Jones following the sad news of his death yesterday, having had association for the football club that stretched across 6 decades. Massive. He is known as Mr. Wrexham. He's absolutely known as Mr. Wrexham. And look, after more than a quarter of a century helping to nurture and develop Wrexham's young players, it's no surprise to see so many of those who were coached by Joey showing their own tributes. Max Cleworth, a legend and inspiration to so many people, it was honoured to be in his company and listen to experiences he would share. Someone who inspired generations at Wrexham and paved the way for so many players. Rip Joey, your legacy will live forever. Strong words from Max. And then I wanted to go to Geordie Davis's as well. Rest in peace, Joey Jones, a true legend in every sense of the word. I'm so grateful for everything he taught me, both on and off the pitch. He paved the way for so many young lads at Wrexham over the years. Listen, when you get that absolute sort of accolades from young players who, idolize someone who's helped them in their careers, it's absolutely massive. A telling tribute, a big Wrexham icon, and look, he will surely be so happy of how Wrexham are doing currently, what they're planning to do, and that bid to get into the Premier League again is something that was once a dream and now is close to being a reality. Do you know what I mean? And that's the journey and trajectory Wrexham are on. So yeah, it's brilliant to hear. It's brilliant to see so many nice thoughts and feelings towards him. from past and present. But there we go. One final piece of news before we wrap this show up, we're just doing a half an hour one today, is the following. I don't know if you saw this news, guys, and I want to know your thoughts on this one, but it's the following. We can confirm we will take on FC Groningen on Saturday, August the 2nd, as our pre-season preparations continue. The match will not be open to away supporters. Per request from local authorities, please do not attempt to buy tickets or travel to the game. A really baffling announcement. A really strange announcement. Because what this is saying is essentially an away pre-season where Wrexham fans can't go support their team, but they technically could, because how are they going to be stopped going in unless you've got Wrexham clobber on? And then look at the comments. Why would you take this friendly of all the teams you're at where you shut us out? No away fans, come on, play the bloody game. This is how supporters are treating Netherlands. We know it's effed up. How do you verify that? Turn away with a Dutch accent. As a Groningen fan, I'm sorry about this, Wrexham fans. Please do understand that this is not the club's fault, but the cowardly authorities. No one of the Groningen fans is happy about this decision. So a bit more of an update on this is that basically the Dutch authorities don't allow away fans, it seems, at Dutch clubs at the moment. That's my take from it. Let's see if we can get a bit more info from this. What's the issue? Why are they saying no? The host in town hasn't had properly attended professional soccer matches in 12 years. Mayor just didn't want to take the risk because the local authorities aren't prepared for big games. Awful. And the police and authorities don't want to let it happen. So some people are furious. Some people are furious at the fact that there's not a home friendly. If Wrexham fans can't go, cancel this friendly and arrange one where we can buy tickets. What happened to the guys supposed to make communication better? Why is this friendly being announced so late? Why are we playing teams that want no away fans? It's not gone down well, if I'm honest. It's not gone down well. That Wrexham have got this pre-season friendly where fans and supporters can't attend, but also because it's not on home soil. Even if it's not at the racecourse where we know the pitch is being laid, we know the pitch is being resurfaced, but at least play a club in England where fans could go and watch. My biggest worry is this, is right now, Wrexham have only played all this lovely stuff off the pitch with the sign-ins. The Wrexham tells us they were not Irish, love that. All this off the pitch signings, right? And then on the pitch, they played three pre-season games. Melbourne, Sydney, and Wellington. You're telling me there's going to be a gap from Saturday the 19th of July to the 2nd of August. That gives a 2-week gap. Are you telling me that Wrexham are only going to play one more game before Southampton? There has to be behind closed door friendlies, surely scheduled. But I'm telling you now, that ain't right. That ain't right. You can't have that big of a gap. You can't have the Wellington game and then 2 weeks later you play your next pre-season friendly and then you play Southampton. Believe me, Wrexham have struggled with pre-season preparation in the past. They didn't start the League One or League Two campaign too well because of the tours of the US. I really don't want the same here. This away game doesn't feel right. A week before the Southampton game, but a 2-week gap between the Wellington game. Surely there's got to be another friendly somewhere in amongst it. You just don't know, people. You just don't know. But it's very confusing. Something I can't get my head around, this pre-season friendly schedules. And I'm telling you now, if that is the only friendly left, I think Wrexham have left themselves short against Southampton. I think they've left themselves short against Southampton. And to put it into perspective, so you know how Southampton's pre-season has looked, they have played 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe similar, but maybe they started a bit earlier. So if I was to show you Southampton's pre-season quickly, Southampton played Eastleigh on the 12th of July. They've then played someone today called Castellon, who they drew 1-1. They've got a game a week. They've got Espanyol on the 26th of July. Then they've got Brighton and then into Wrexham. So Southampton are playing one friendly a week, whereas Wrexham have left that gap. They've left a 2-week gap between Wellington and the game against this Groningen side. Maybe because it's a bit of travelling. Maybe because of, being down under all that tour, the jet lag, the recovery. Maybe Parky's got some more stuff he wants to do with the boys. Bring in the new transfers. I don't know. But that's just one criticism I've got is the preseason scheduling still doesn't feel right and hasn't been right. And that's my honest opinion on that. We are going to wrap up this show. This was our first ever live stream. If you did enjoy this, please let me know. If you would like more AFTS Wrexham live content news shows, then do let me know and we can lock that one in. And as always as well, keep an eye out on video uploads, get your notification bell turned on, and do comment on the replay as well. People, thank you for all your support on our first live, especially to the House of Bleforium and Les and Jamie as well. Connor's been in the chat. Some of you have been listening in the background as well, and I appreciate you guys. And House is loving these live shows. Appreciate it. And no worries, Les, at all. Do your teams replace the pitch often? They do. And big up to my love as well. Heidi, my everything. Thank you. So thank you. People, I'm bowing out. Big up. I'll see you all on the next show and keep your eye out for more content dropping on this channel. I'm out of here, people. Ta-da.